So first of all, explain what differentiates Titan from other investing apps and options out there.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. So Titan actively manages your capital in a portfolio of stocks at an affordable price. And importantly, our research team works behind the scenes to help deliver insights through in-app video, deep dives, and other tools. And so if you think about the investing landscape today, you have do-it-yourself trading apps that essentially leave the user to fend for themselves. You have set it and forget it passive solutions, which essentially set it and forget it passive solutions essentially force the investor, they divorce the investor from the end portfolio, where the investor's not actually learning. And then in the middle, you have managed products like hedge funds, which again, traditionally have high fees and high minimums, and that makes them inaccessible for most investors. So in a nutshell, you can think of Titan as the modern portfolio manager in your pocket at an affordable price that keeps you in the loop on what's actually driving your portfolio.
What kind of customers are you targeting?
Our target customer today is a mid-career professional, someone that wants to actively participate in markets, but doesn't necessarily have the experience, time, or resources to do so. So these are investors that don't want to manage a portfolio themselves in a brokerage, but also don't want to be divorced from a portfolio and sit on the sidelines in a low-cost index fund or ETF.
Now, talk to us about some of the newer features and what you think really sets you apart from some of the other options out there.
Well, I think today's announcement of our home feed is an exciting step forward. I think the way we think about the investing world is people need to be better connected with how they're actually invested. If you think about the solutions today, again, there's not many managed solutions available for retail investors. Mutual funds is probably the only one that's accessible to the 97% of Americans that are unaccredited. And so I think the way we think about how a managed experience needs to work is you need to bring the content, the actual insight, the information that's driving portfolios, and you need to tie it to how the end investor is actually invested. And through traditional brokerages, you can't do that. They're basically utilities. And with passive products like index funds or traditional robo-advisors, they're invested in vanilla products, so it's really hard to get under the covers and explain what's going on. So I think you need to tie those two together, marry those two together to really deliver an experience that people want.
What's the ratio of AI to humans? Because there's increasing concern that technology will be able to do this job, and you won't necessarily need humans to do it.
Yeah, it's an interesting consideration. I think our view on the future is that active management in particular will be some combination, hybrid, between machines, intelligence, software, and humans. I think machines are really good at automating a lot of the more menial, repetitive tasks that humans maybe are a little bit slower at. But humans, I think, have a sense of judgment, especially when it comes to investing for the long term. Behavioral biases are really hard for machines to model. And I think that's why you've seen investors in the active management space with really successful long-term track records that are, still doing things by the books, literally reading 10Ks, 10Qs, investing a lot of these quantitative funds. So I think we see the future as a hybrid between the two.